Cutest animal friendships. Welcome to an amazing journey into the world of extraordinary animal bonds that will melt your heart. I'm Sam, and today on Fun Animals for Kids, we're exploring the most adorable animal friendships found throughout the animal kingdom.
Hello there, young explorers. I'm Alex, and I'm so excited to join you on this adventure. Did you know that animals, just like people, can form incredible friendships with other species? These special bonds teach us so much about cooperation, love, and the surprising connections in our natural world.
That's right. From playful puppies befriending baby elephants to tiny birds helping massive rhinoceroses, we'll discover how these cutest animal friendships form, why they matter, and what they can teach us about being good friends ourselves.
So get comfortable, young explorers, because this learning adventure is perfect for kids who love animals and want to discover something truly magical happening in the wild.
You might be wondering, can animals really be friends with other kinds of animals? Scientists who study animal behavior have discovered that yes, animals absolutely can form strong bonds across species.
That's right. Animals in the wild and in captivity have both shown us that friendship isn't just for humans. Animals can recognize each other as individuals, remember each other for years, and even show signs of missing each other when they're apart.
When different animal species become friends, scientists call it an interspecies friendship. These special relationships usually start when animals are young and curious, or when they spend a lot of time together in the same space.
For kids interested in animal science, these friendships are especially fascinating because they show us that the animal brain is capable of forming social bonds beyond just finding a mate or protecting their own species.
Young explorers, did you know that animals release the same happiness hormones that humans do when they're with their friends? It's called oxytocin, and it's nicknamed the love hormone because it makes animals and people feel good when they're with those they care about.
These animal friendships teach us something important. Friendship is one of the most natural things in the world. Even for animals who would normally never interact, the right circumstances can create bonds that last a lifetime.
Let's dive into some of the most famous animal friendships that have captured hearts around the world. One of the most incredible stories is about Casey the cheetah and Montani, the Labrador retriever. These two grew up together at Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, becoming inseparable friends despite one being a wild predator and the other a domestic dog. At the San Diego Zoo, an orangutan named Surya formed an unbreakable bond with a homeless dog named Roscoe. When Roscoe wandered onto the sanctuary where Surya lived, instead of chasing him away, the orangutan welcomed him, shared food with him, and they became the best of friends. Another heartwarming story comes from Kenya, where a baby hippopotamus named Owen was separated from his family during a tsunami. Rescued by wildlife conservationists, Owen was brought to a sanctuary where he immediately bonded with a 130-year-old giant tortoise named Mzee. The baby hippo followed the tortoise everywhere, slept next to him, and even tried to nurse from him. The tortoise eventually accepted the hippo, and they formed one of the most unusual and touching friendships ever documented. These stories aren't just cute animal videos for kids to enjoy on YouTube. They show us that friendship can cross every boundary imaginable, teaching young explorers valuable lessons about acceptance and the unexpected connections that make our world so wonderful. Dogs are perhaps the champions of forming friendships with other species. Their friendly, social nature makes them perfect candidates for bonding with animals of all kinds.
That's so true. Dogs have been documented forming friendships with everything from elephants and tigers to ducks and even fish. Their ability to read social cues and their playful personalities help them connect with almost anyone.
One amazing example is Bubbles the elephant and Bella the black Labrador. These two became best friends at a safari reserve in South Carolina. Despite their enormous size difference, they love swimming together, with Bella often jumping off Bubbles' back into the water.
And don't forget about the famous friendship between Torque the dog and Shrek the owl. When Shrek was just a tiny owlet, he was placed with surrogate mother Torque at an English animal sanctuary. The dog immediately began caring for the baby owl, as if it were her own puppy.
For kids learning about animals, dogs offer a wonderful example of how openness and a friendly attitude can create connections with anyone, no matter how different they might seem.
What makes these canine friendships so special is that dogs seem to understand exactly how to behave with their unusual friends. They're gentle with small animals, playful with energetic ones, and respectful of larger creatures. That's emotional intelligence in action. Farm animals have given us some of the most heartwarming friendship stories ever. On farms around the world, animals who live together often form deep bonds that show just how social these creatures truly are. Take Jack the goat and Diane the horse from an animal sanctuary in Australia. Despite their size difference, these two are inseparable. Jack often climbs onto Diane's back for rides around the pasture, and they always sleep side by side in the barn. The horse protects her smaller friend, while the playful goat keeps his larger companion entertained with his antics. Cows are particularly social animals with rich emotional lives. At Farm Sanctuary in New York, a cow named Paolo formed an incredible friendship with a sheep named Hank. The two animals were rescued from difficult situations, and they found comfort in each other's company. Paolo would gently groom Hank with his tongue, while Hank would sleep curled up against the cow's warm body. Chickens might surprise you with their ability to form friendships too. At a farm in England, a chicken named Rosie became best friends with Gertie the goose. Every morning, Gertie would wait outside the chicken coop for her friend to emerge. And they would spend their days foraging for food together, taking dust baths, and even sleeping next to each other when evening came. These farm animal friendships remind us that the creatures we sometimes take for granted have rich emotional lives and deep capacity for connection. For kids interested in learning about animals, these stories show that every creature, from the smallest chicken to the largest horse, deserves our respect and care.
While farm and domestic animal friendships are amazing, some of the most surprising friendships happen in the wild, where natural instincts would normally keep different species apart.
That's right, when wild animals form friendships, it often tells us something fascinating about their intelligence and social flexibility.
One incredible example comes from the African savanna, where mongooses and warthogs have been observed forming mutually beneficial friendships. The mongooses eat ticks and insects off the warthogs, while the larger animals provide protection from predators.
Marine biologists have documented remarkable friendships between bottlenose dolphins and sperm whales. Despite being different species, these intelligent marine mammals sometimes travel, hunt, and play together in the open ocean.
In the forests of Rwanda, researchers have seen gorillas adopting and caring for young monkeys. Instead of seeing them as competitors, these gentle giants sometimes take orphaned monkeys under their protection. Even creatures we might think of as solitary can form special bonds. A wildlife photographer once captured images of a jaguar and a caiman, normally predator and prey, drinking peacefully from the same river pool during a severe drought.
These cutest animal friendships in the wild show young explorers that cooperation sometimes makes more sense than competition. When resources are shared and animals help each other, everyone benefits.
For kids fascinated by wildlife, these unexpected friendships reveal nature's complexity. The animal world isn't just about survival of the fittest, but also about the surprising advantages of getting along. Some of the most amazing animal friendships aren't just cute, they're actually essential for survival. Throughout nature, we find animals who help each other in ways that benefit both species, forming what scientists call symbiotic relationships. One famous example is the partnership between oxpecker birds and rhinoceroses in Africa. These small birds land on the massive rhinos and eat ticks and other parasites from their skin. The birds get an easy meal while the rhinos get pest control. But what makes this more than just a business arrangement is how these animals interact. Rhinos will stand patiently while their bird friends clean them, and the birds will actually call out loudly to warn rhinos of approaching danger. In the coral reefs, clownfish and sea anemones form one of nature's most perfect partnerships. The stinging tentacles of anemones would normally hurt other fish, but clownfish have a special mucus that protects them. The bright orange clownfish find safety among the anemone's tentacles, while they bring food to their host and defend it from predators. These underwater friends literally cannot live without each other. Even insects form incredible helping friendships. Ants and aphids have a relationship that's almost like farmers and cows. The ants protect the aphids from predators and even carry them to new feeding spots. In return, the aphids produce a sweet liquid called honeydew that the ants love to eat. These helping friendships show young explorers that animals often do better when they work together rather than alone. Nature has taught these creatures something important. Having a friend who's different from you can be one of the biggest advantages in life. This is beautiful animal learning for kids that shows cooperation is found throughout the natural world.
Zoos and animal sanctuaries around the world have become special places where some of the most unexpected animal friendships develop. These safe environments allow animals who would never meet in the wild to form bonds that amaze and delight visitors every day. At the elephant sanctuary in Tennessee, an elephant named Tara formed an incredible friendship with a dog named Bella. For 8 years, these unlikely friends were inseparable. Tara, weighing over 8,000 pounds, would carefully watch where she placed her enormous feet to avoid hurting her tiny canine friend. When Bella suffered a spinal injury and couldn't move for 3 weeks, Tara stood guard outside the sanctuary office where Bella was recovering, waiting patiently for her friend to heal. The San Diego Zoo has seen many unusual friendships develop, including the famous bond between a cheetah cub named Rhino and a Rhodesian Ridgeback puppy named Rhino. Zookeepers paired them when Rhino was just a few weeks old and they grew up together as brothers. The dog's calm presence helps keep the cheetah relaxed in the zoo environment, showing how friendships can provide emotional support for animals just like they do for people. At animal rehabilitation centers, orphaned baby animals of different species are sometimes raised together, creating lifelong bonds. A famous example comes from South Africa, where a baby elephant, a sheep, and a giraffe, all orphaned by poaching, were raised as a family unit. Despite their different diets, habitats, and natural behaviors, these animals found comfort in each other's company during a difficult time. These special environments create opportunities for animal connections that teach us about the flexibility of animal behavior and emotions. For kids interested in wildlife conservation, these friendships highlight why preserving safe spaces for animals is so important. Sometimes animals just need the right environment to show us the full range of their emotional capabilities.
These amazing animal friendships aren't just adorable to watch, they're also teaching scientists new things about animal intelligence and emotions every day.
Exactly. Researchers used to think that friendship was a uniquely human trait, but now we know that many animals form deep social bonds that look remarkably similar to our own friendships.
When we see a wolf and a bear playing together in the wilderness of Finland or an elephant caring for an antelope calf, we're witnessing something that challenges our understanding of natural behavior.
These friendships show us that many animals can override their instincts when they form personal connections. A cat might normally chase a bird, but when they grow up together, that same cat might become the bird's protector instead.
For kids learning about the natural world, these animal friendships provide important lessons about empathy and connection. If animals can bridge their differences, perhaps we humans can learn to do even better.
Scientists studying these relationships have discovered that many species experience emotions like loyalty grief when separated from friends and excitement upon reunion, just like we do.
When wild animals form these bonds, it often happens during times of stress or change, like during natural disasters or habitat disruption. This suggests that friendship might be an adaptive trait that helps animals survive difficult times.
Young explorers, next time you see wild animals in a nature video or pets in your home, pay attention to how they interact. You might be witnessing animal friendships forming right before your eyes.
Let's explore some amazing fun facts about animal friendships that will astound our young explorers. Did you know that elephants can recognize and remember over 100 different elephant friends throughout their lifetime? These intelligent animals maintain friendships for decades and even mourn when a friend passes away. In Japan, a cat named Mocha became friends with an owl named Fuku at an owl cafe. Despite cats normally hunting birds, these two sleep cuddled together and groom each other daily. Their friendship has lasted for years and attracts visitors from around the world. Dolphins name their closest friends with unique whistles, almost like giving their buddies nicknames. These marine mammals can remember these special calls for over 20 years, allowing them to recognize old friends even after long separations. In the icy waters of Antarctica, leopard seals, normally fierce predators, have been observed sharing food with underwater photographers and even trying to teach them how to hunt. This surprising behavior shows how adaptive and flexible animal friendships can be. Crows give gifts to humans who are kind to them. These intelligent birds have been documented bringing shiny objects, small trinkets, and even money to people who regularly feed them, showing that friendship behaviors can cross the boundary between humans and wild animals. Prairie dogs, those small rodents of the American plains, have the most complex vocal language of any animal studied besides humans. They use different calls to describe specific friends, allowing them to announce when a particular buddy has returned to the colony. Horses form such strong friendships that when separated from their best friend, their heart rates increase and stress hormones rise until they're reunited. That's why horse owners often keep bonded pairs together for better health and happiness. These fascinating friendship facts show us that the animal world is filled with social connections just waiting to be discovered. For kids who love learning about animals, each of these facts opens a door to understanding how rich and complex animal lives truly are. As we come to the end of our journey exploring the cutest animal friendships from around the world, we hope you've been amazed and inspired by these incredible stories of connection. The animal kingdom is truly full of surprises, young explorers. From tiny hamsters befriending enormous dogs to wild predators protecting their would-be prey, these friendships remind us that connection is one of the most powerful forces in nature. The stories we've shared today aren't just cute animal videos for kids to enjoy. They represent important scientific discoveries about animal intelligence, emotions, and social bonds that help us better understand our world and all the creatures in it.
These animal friends show us that differences in size, species, or background don't have to keep us apart. Whether you have fur, feathers, scales, or skin, friendship is a language everyone can speak.
For kids interested in becoming veterinarians, wildlife biologists, or animal caretakers someday, these friendship stories offer important clues about animal behavior and needs. Understanding how and why animals form bonds helps us create better environments for them, whether in zoos, sanctuaries, or the wild.
And for young explorers who simply love animals, these heartwarming stories remind us why we feel such a connection to the creatures we share our planet with. Their capacity for friendship, caring, and cooperation shows us the very best of what nature can teach.
The next time you visit a zoo, watch animals in your neighborhood, or play with your pets at home, look for signs of friendship and connection. You might be surprised by the bonds you discover.
We hope you've enjoyed this adventure into the world of animal friendships on Fun Animals for Kids. If you want to learn more about the amazing creatures we share our world with, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more educational videos for kids.
And remember, young explorers, if animals from different species can become the best of friends, imagine what we humans can accomplish when we work together and appreciate our differences.
Until our next wild adventure, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep making friends of all kinds. The animal world has so many more stories waiting for you to discover.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the most amazing animal friendships on the planet. See you next time on Fun Animals for Kids.